So yeah, so this patient's got got a varicose veins and is thinking of having a tummy tuck and saying, do I need to have my varicose veins sorted? Again, probably need my disclaimer thing here. A disclaimer, this is just my view. And this is one of the fantastic things about plastic surgery. You'll say, one surgeon will tell you, for goodness sake, you've got to get your veins sorted first. Another plastic surgeon will say, what are you talking about? It's absolutely fine, no problem at all. Then no one's right, no one's wrong in a lot of this stuff. And I understand from a patient's point of view, you might think, how can that be? Surely someone knows what the right answer is. Someone knows, you know, there isn't a right answer. I can tell you my view, and my view is that I wouldn't have a problem with operating on someone with varicose veins, doing a tummy tuck. I don't check for varicose veins for people who I'm doing a tummy tuck on, and I don't sort of refuse to do it on people who have got varicose veins. But this plastic surgeon obviously does, and that's fine. And I think, I mean, you'd have to ask him really, I think the reason he's saying that is because of DVT. And DVT is a real problem and is not to be disregarded. It's a big problem with any surgery, particularly tummy tuck. DVT is a deep vein thrombosis. It's a clot in your leg which can fly off into your lungs, and it can be really, really serious. And that is why, one of the reasons why going abroad for surgery is not great, because when you're immobile, when you're not moving, you're increasing your risk of getting clots in your legs, especially if you're got your legs bent and you're in an aeroplane. So you have to keep everything moving. Now, having said that, so you want to reduce your risks of DVT. Now, varicose veins are swollen superficial veins. DVT is deep vein. It's a deep vein inside the muscle. Varicose veins are superficial veins, and you can get clots in those superficial veins because they're big lakes of blood which could clot, but it's less likely than a deep vein thrombosis. There is a slight increased risk of DVT with a varicose vein, but it's not huge because, as I say, varicose veins are superficial veins. So you can get clots in the superficial veins, but those clots don't tend to go into your lungs, which is the thing. So DVT is bad, a swollen leg. A DVT forms a swollen leg. So that's bad and uncomfortable and what have you. But the really serious thing is when it flies off into your lungs and forms a PE. That's the really bad thing. So a superficial clot is unlikely to fly off into your lungs. So it's not a massive risk factor for DVT, but this plastic surgeon obviously feels that it is and isn't happy doing the surgery, and that's perfectly reasonable. What I would say is that DVT is a risk, and there are things that we do to reduce that risk. We use Flowtron boots, which are things that go around your calves and continuously compress them. We use stockings, we use heparin, and the most important thing, in my view, is mobilization. So when you're not doing anything, when you're lying in bed after your tummy tuck, I'll say to you, move your legs, move your ankles, move your hips, take deep breaths, cough if you need to, keep everything circulating. And the best thing to stop a DVT is to get up and walking. So that's what I think. We shouldn't rely too much on these other things, although we do use those other things. You need to keep walking, keep moving. If you are going to have surgery abroad, keep moving when you're on the aeroplane, keep your ankles moving, keep your legs moving. You know, by all means, wear those TED stockings and what have you. But keep everything circulating, keep it all moving to reduce your risks of DVT. I think the surgeon is worried. I'm assuming the surgeon is worried about DVT, which is why they're saying that you should have your varicose veins sorted. I don't tell that to people. That doesn't, you know, so, but, you know, obviously this surgeon does. So I would say go with the surgeon that, you know, go with the surgeon that you're comfortable with, and neither are wrong. There's right and wrong. No, there's different ways of doing things.